Gentleman from Tennessee is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Plone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think everybody's been thanked that should be thanked, but I certainly want to thank Mr. Upton for all of his work, Mr. Plone for the time and his work, and Mr. Gett. But I also want to thank Senator Roger Wicker, who worked on a bill that's incorporated into this bill that Congressman Duncan and I sponsored called the EUREKA Act. And it will incentivize and reward research on diseases where there's not great public-private partnerships, but there is a great handicap and problem for the American public because of the particular disease, and reward successful treatments through a competition. And I think that's a great way to go about encouraging research and then paying for it. Roger Wicker, I think, came up with the idea, and I sponsored it with John Duncan, and it's included in the bill. It was originally aimed at Alzheimer's. It's now for other diseases, but Alzheimer's is one of them. Alzheimer's is a disease that can have a particular crippling effect on our country in the future economically, but beyond that, it'll affect many of us, and it'll affect our pocketbooks. And it's important that this bill goes after Alzheimer's. It deals with the opioid crisis, which is great in my state and across the country. But it works against all diseases and encourages monies in the National Institute of Health. I've long said that while we need a strong Defense Department, that my Secretary of Defense is Francis Collins, the head of the NIH. Because the true enemy of each and every one of us isn't somebody in South Korea or somebody in Iran or ISIS or one of those folk. It's cancer, it's Alzheimer's, it's AIDS, it's diabetes, it's heart disease, it's Parkinson's. It's all those diseases, the dreadful, awful, awful diseases that NIH is looking for cures for. That's our Secretary of Defense, and that's what we need to invest our monies in. And I don't think there's enough money that we can put into the NIH because it's important and it affects all Americans, independent of political party, race, sexual orientation, you name it. So I thank you for the work on this. I'm proud to vote for it, and I thank you for the time.
Gentleman's time has expired.